if you have just graduated in the job market, this book is a master tool you should wake up to every day. It's a simple read, yet it's very, very intensive. It's very deep, the nugget, and it's something you can follow through. If you read a chapter and apply this to your setting, it will help you go a long way. Tell us, how can an employee milk an opportunity at their job?
My insurance agents came to sell me some insurance, and I had this poem, Milking Your Opportunity, on a card, and I gave it to her. A few weeks later, I caught up with her and asked her, how are you doing? And she said, you know what? That story, I pinned it on the end of my bed so that when I wake up in the morning, it's the first thing I see. And I go out every day and I try and make a difference in my employment. When you talk about milking an opportunity, it comes about when you have a chance to get something, and that thing is limited. And employment is limited. And so if you're going to milk the value from your employment, you've got to think about it. You've got to be very conscious about it. Now, let me give you the story behind. I joined a manufacturing firm as a young manager, and I had a car. Of course, it was on loan. I was living in a nice house, climbing the corporate ladder. That was my intent. I'm going to be the CEO one day. And I had gotten to the point of manager. And so this is a serious achievement. I'm on my way. Now, at that factory, there was a messenger. You know, you send them to the accounts department, you send them to the administrative department, and you send. But after a while, I noticed that all the employees in the organization had a lot of respect for this gentleman. Now, I had just joined. I was 6 months into employment, and I was trying to find out how everybody else in the organization runs and works and how they work together. So I thought, wait a minute, let me find out, why does everybody give deference to this messenger? They started telling me about him. He said, you know, this gentleman comes in at 5 a.m. from 50 kilometers away from his own house. He has a farm, his own private vehicle, call it a bus company for all intents. He had passenger vehicles that ply between towns, and he owned several of them. As they told me his story, I said, you know, I'm a bit incredulous. That can't be true. This guy is a messenger who earns as much money as I pay in tax. I have a vehicle that I'm still paying on loan, and I've been working for the past 10 years. How come this guy has all that wealth? I stop this guy in the corridor and say, I hear things about you that people are saying, that you have a car pickup, you have a farm, you live in your own house, you arrive here at 5 a.m. because you come with your own public transport, and it goes on to business and you get over. And he says, yes, that's true. What do you mean? And he told me, young man, I have been here for 17 years. And that farm that I've bought, that car that I come, the public transport vehicle that brings me to work and takes me home, I got from this job. And I'm going to milk every opportunity that arises from this job before I leave. That's when it struck me. Here I am, earning a managerial salary, on my way up in a career, but I am not milking the opportunity. Here is a junior officer who has got his priorities angled right and is able to create wealth. Well, most of my existence is on loan. In fact, my net worth was negative at that point. Negative. Because I own a car, I've got a house that is fully furnished on hire purchase, I have a TV, I've got, all these wonderful things that we all like in life, but I'm not creating wealth. And that's when I learned the secret of using your income, your employment opportunity to create wealth. Now, he made no bones about it. It didn't take him a short time, but it was deliberate. So if you're on a job, what we're saying is that, do you have a plan to create wealth for yourself? And I'm not saying steal. With that income that you earn, don't live like a victim. You are a victor. It's an opportunity. You brought yourself into employment. So please take advantage of it.
So this means you are drinking the milk instead of milking. How can an employee use their skills to milk the opportunity as opposed to drinking the opportunity?
Your employer has given you a job to produce certain value. And as you produce that value, he's using your skills. That means you're creating some milk. But at the same time, he's paying you. It's not for free. Employment is a wealth creating opportunity. You're creating wealth for your employer, and you have an opportunity to create wealth for yourself. Now, your employer is not going to do this for you because they have a plan to operate there. They're not going to do it for you. I mean, you brought yourself here, so you must have a plan. So they assume you have a plan. Milking the opportunity means that whatever you take away from employment, you need to use it in such a way that it benefits you. Now, the one thing that all employees want from their jobs is money. Income. Everybody will tell you, I'm working for money, I'm working for money. So that's the milk, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing with that milk?
Mm-hmm.
Are you reinvesting it? Are you saving it? Are you creating a capital base for it? Are you creating value so that you are able to have a house or a pickup like this gentleman, or even a cow like this gentleman, because from his salary, he had saved enough to buy the cow, and which was now feeding him in his own home. What is your wealth creation strategy? Think about it. Think about the milk you're going to get from your employer.
And thank you, our audience, also our followers, for really engaging with us on all our social media platforms, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. Thank you so much.